ITU is a global agency responsible for ensuring interconnection and sharing of the world communication resources. The ITU has successfully managed the world shared communication resources for more than 140 years. We are a consensus-based organization with one aim: to promote better services and wider access to the enormous benefits of modern technology. Without the international agreements brokered here within the ITU, there'd be no mobile phones, no internet, no maritime or aeronautical navigation systems, no satellite systems, and no broadcast even to carry this interview. Quite simply, the internet is the most powerful potential source of enlightenment ever created. I can link this to the entire store of knowledge and wisdom and information that we have at our disposal today. In fact, Britain's BBC just concluded a survey of 26 countries in which 85% of those interviewed believe that access to internet should be a fundamental human right. And this is something that we have always discussed during the World Summit on Information Society. And 90% of those said that it was a great place to learn. And almost 4 out of 5 said that it had brought them greater freedom. Therefore, internet is indeed a very great place to be. Well, the next big challenge is undoubtedly broadband. In the 21st century, the social and economic development of every country on earth will depend on it. You know, the first decade of this millennium was influenced by mobile communications. And the second decade that just started is going to be the decade of broadband and mobile broadband. We need to get everyone connected to high-speed networks, both fixed and mobile, before the true power of the internet can be fully unleashed. Governments need to look at broadband networks as basic national infrastructure, just like transport, energy, water networks. This is why this year I have launched the Build on Broadband initiative, called BOB in short. The aim of this initiative is to raise awareness of the need to proactively foster broadband build-out across all countries worldwide. A national broadband vision needs to be driven by leaders at the very highest level. So by September 20th this year, when we're going to review the Millennium Development Goals in New York, I would like to ensure that every nation has a national broadband strategy that will help us bring voice, data, and video together in order to ensure that we really build the true knowledge society that we are in today, that we are dreaming of, in fact. And this is why the ITU's Build on Broadband initiative has been very much supported by many industry leaders, and we hope to bring this to the international community at the world leaders level. Well, you have to emphasize the fact that internet has been one of the most powerful forces for learning and knowledge sharing. But the net has also its dark side. It's our children, the most active and enthusiastic users of technology, who are most at risk, who are most vulnerable today. There may be disagreement about some technicalities related to global cybercrime, but there's one thing the whole world can agree on: the need to protect our children. And this is why ITU has been developing the Child Online Protection Initiative, which together with all industry will bring together everyone so that we can develop strategies at local level and guidelines at the global level and share them as best practices. These guidelines are an outstanding example of multi-stakeholder collaboration involving private sector, government, and civil society, and which is the way ITU has been operating since its creation. There are great achievements that we can share, and we are delighted to have had the chance to actively collaborate with Telecom Italia and other leaders in this area. Well, private companies can be part of the international framework for collaboration. ICT companies can play a key role. Network operators can work to raise awareness among their subscribers, as Telecom Italia has been doing with its Posta con la Testa campaign, which I have very much appreciated. Software developers can do their utmost to make their operating systems and applications very difficult to hack. And network security providers can develop even better virus and malware detection systems and early warning systems against cyber attacks. We need to get organized, and I'm sure that private companies will play this key role in this international framework. Well, you know, I have been a very big outspoken advocate of freedom of speech, and that also means freedom of speech online. And I stand very firmly behind this. But you know, governments already regulate the internet. For example, you cannot legally put up a site featuring content that incites racial hatred, or which shows extreme or real violence, or which shows child pornography. Those need to be regulated. What's harder to determine is where to draw the line between national interests and privacy or personal freedom. Every country makes its own choices, just as it exercises its sovereign right to make its own laws. What's critical at the end of the day is to ensure that the internet is a safe place to be. And that's doubtly true when it comes to our children. And therefore, we need to build all our strategy around protecting children. Whatever framework we put in place there can work for any other type of crimes, can work for any other type of strategies that we may put together in the cyberspace.